You've seen the claims. This penny is worth $1 million. This quarter can make you rich overnight. But is it true? The truth is, most of it is completely fake. Exaggerated prices, misleading hype. That's what we're here to expose. Welcome to Rare Coin Collecting. We reveal the real value, real history, and true rarity of coins that actually matter. From wheat pennies to rare state quarters. We cover it all with facts, not fiction. We explore coins in detailed series, one country at a time. And right now, we're focused on rare US coins. Subscribe now and discover the truth behind the coins. It's not rare at first glance. No dramatic error, no missing letters, no double dies. But the 1935 Washington quarter still makes collectors stop and take a second look. Why? Because this coin walks a fine line between common and overlooked, and genuinely valuable if you know what to look for. Yet many people fall into the trap. They see a 1935 quarter and assume it's a jackpot. Or worse, they see a fake listing online claiming it's worth thousands. No matter the condition, on Rare Coin Collecting, we're going to sort out the facts from the hype and show you what this coin is really about. Let's set the stage. The year is 1935. The Washington quarter was still a new design, only in its fourth year of production. That year, 3 mints struck quarters. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The San Francisco mint struck just under 5.8 million quarters in 1935. That may not sound rare by today's standards, but compared to modern mintages, it's quite low. And finding a 1935 S in mint state condition today, that's the real challenge. So what exactly makes this coin special? It's not about errors. It's not about crazy designs. It's about preservation and true collector demand. Most 1935 S quarters were heavily circulated. They passed through hands during the Great Depression, worn down by years of use. Today, most survivors are dull, scratched, or flattened. But a clean, uncirculated 1935 S quarter, with crisp hairlines on Washington's portrait, clear eagle feathers, and original mint luster, that's where the value appears. Now let's tackle the misinformation. You've probably seen videos like, "Any 1935 quarter is worth thousands. Old coin from grandma's jar can change your life." But here's the truth. A mais 135 in circulated condition might be worth $8 to $20. A mais 135 in XF or AU could bring 30 to 100, but a graded MS65 or higher? That's where the real market opens up, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC. So yes, this coin can be valuable, but no, not all 1935 S quarters are worth a fortune. And that's why honest knowledge matters more than viral noise. So how can you tell if your 1935 S is a coin worth grading? Here's what to look for. 1. Flip to the reverse and locate the mint. Mark S should appear under the eagle's tail. 2. Check the rims. Are they full or worn down? 3. Look at Washington's hair. Are the curls sharp or flat? 4. Study the eagle's wings. Are the feathers detailed or smoothed out? 5. Check for any original mint luster. That silvery shine is gold to collectors. If your coin looks clean, untouched, and well struck, grading might be worth it. And please, whatever you do, don't clean the coin. Even if it looks dirty or dull, a cleaned coin loses value fast. Collectors and grading companies will mark it as details, and the premium disappears. So is the 1935 S quarter rare? Not in total numbers here, but in high-grade original condition? Absolutely. That's what serious collectors chase. And as time passes, high-grade coins from the 1930s get harder and harder to find. And that's what rare coin collecting is all about. If you're a coin investor, collector, buyer, or seller, and you want to know what's real, what's rare, and what's just social media hype, then this channel is for you. We go coin by coin, teaching you how to spot value, avoid fakes, and build knowledge that actually lasts. Here's your final checklist for the 1935 S Washington quarter. Confirm the S mint mark. Examine the coin's grade in detail. Avoid cleaning or polishing. Compare to PCGS or NGC images online. And grade it professionally, if it's sharp and original. Because the 1935 S isn't just a piece of silver. It's a test of whether a coin survived history untouched. Subscribe to Rare Coin Collecting for more real coin breakdowns. Check our playlist on Washington quarters. And stay tuned for the next rare US coin that might be sitting right in your collection. There's a coin out there. It's hiding in plain sight. You've seen it 1,000 times. A plain 1965 quarter. No mint mark, no shine, no big deal, right? But what if I told you that some of these coins, just a few, aren't what they seem? What if I told you that inside your change jar, or stuck between couch cushions, you could be sitting on a historic minting mistake, one so rare, so deceptive, that even experienced collectors have missed it? Let's talk about one of the most misunderstood, overhyped, and genuinely confusing coins ever struck in modern U.S. history. The 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter. And if you're here just because a video told you it's worth $20,000, you're in the right place. Because today, on Rare Coin Collecting, we're setting the record straight. And what you learn in the next 7 minutes might just save you from a big mistake or help you make the best discovery of your collecting life. It all starts with silver. For nearly 2 centuries, U.S. coins were struck from silver. Quarters, dimes, half dollars. They all carried real metal value. But by the early 1960s, things were changing. Fast. The price of silver began to climb. Coin hoarding skyrocketed. The U.S. Mint couldn't keep up with demand. People were literally pulling quarters out of circulation just to melt them. So in 1965, the government made a radical decision. Silver was removed from the quarter. The coin was reborn as a copper-nickel clad piece. The familiar silver ring was replaced by a sandwich, nickel outside, copper core. And one more thing, they removed the mint mark altogether. That's why your 1965 quarter doesn't say P or D. It was part of the mint's efforts to stop coin hoarding. But here's where it gets interesting. In all that chaos, in that rushed transition, mistakes happened. And one of the biggest? Some leftover 1964 silver planchets accidentally got fed into the new 1965 presses. That created one of the most mysterious, most sought-after transitional era coins of the 20th century. Quarter struck on a silver planchet, a coin that was never supposed to exist. Here's the problem. Because of that one rare mistake, thousands of people started treating every 1965 quarter like it was a lottery ticket. Even now, you'll see endless TikToks and YouTube videos claiming all 1965 quarters are rare. Everyone is worth $10,000. Check your change now before it's too late. Let's be clear, that is not true. Not every 1965 quarter is silver, and most are still only worth 25 cents. So what makes the real silver era 1965 quarter different? Let's walk through it carefully. Step 1. Weight test. A normal clad 1965 quarter weighs about 567 grams. A silver planchet era will weigh closer to 6.25 grams. The same as a 90% silver coin. Use a digital scale that reads to 0.01 grams. If your 1965 quarter lands above 6.1, it's worth checking further. Step 2. Edge inspection. Clad quarters have a visible copper stripe on the edge, but silver coins, they're solid silver gray all the way through. Hold your 1965 quarter on its edge and rotate it in the light. If you see no copper, that's a red flag, and a good one. Step 3. Sound test. This is less scientific but still useful. Drop a 1965 quarter on a hard surface next to a known 1964 silver quarter. Silver coins give off a high-pitched bell-like ring. Clad coins sound duller, a quick tink with no resonance. The difference is subtle, but once you hear it, you'll never forget it. Warning, don't get fooled. Some counterfeiters replate 1965 quarters in silver. Some polish them, dull the edge, or file off copper to make them look rare. Others mislabel coins on eBay and Facebook just to make a quick buck. That's why you must never assume. Authentication matters. If you truly think your coin could be struck on silver, send it to PCGS or NGC. They will verify the metal content, grade it, and tell you exactly what you've got. And here's the kicker. A certified 1965 silver era quarter, an MS condition, has sold for over $5,000 at auction, but 99.99% of 1965 quarters still worth just face value. This coin is a trap for the uninformed and an opportunity for those who know what to look for. So let's get real. If you're a coin investor, collector, buyer, or seller, and you're serious about knowing what actually matters, then this channel, Rare Coin Collecting, is made for you. We're here to expose the myths, reveal the facts, and help you build true numismatic confidence, one coin at a time. Final checklist for the 1965 quarter. Check the weight. Over 6.0 grams is suspicious. Inspect the edge. Solid silver is promising. Compare the sound. Don't clean it, ever. Authenticate before you sell or buy. Because yes, this coin has been overhyped. But when the real one shows up, it's one of the most valuable modern errors you'll ever find. Subscribe to Rare Coin Collecting for trusted breakdowns like this. Watch our other videos on transitional errors, silver planchets, and key dates in the Washington Quarter series. And keep your eyes open. The truth is, you might already own a coin no one else believes is real. A 1957 quarter shows up in your change. It's shiny. It looks old. It's got a D under the eagle. And before you know it, you're on Google reading something that says, "This coin is worth $9,000. But is it? Or is the internet once again turning everyday silver into digital fool's gold? Today on Rare Coin Collecting, we're breaking down the 1957 D, Washington Quarter, and what's true, what's hyped, and what actually makes this coin valuable, if at all. Let's rewind. In 1957, Dwight Eisenhower was president. Elvis Presley topped the charts, and the Washington Quarter was already a familiar face in American pockets. That year, the Denver Mint produced over 77 million Washington Quarters, all with 90% silver content. On the surface, the 1957 D isn't rare. But as always, there's more to the story. Here's what you need to know. Every 1957 D quarter was struck in silver. It weighs 625 grams, has a brilliant shine when uncirculated, and carries that classic silver sound collectors love. But with over 77 million minted, you're not exactly looking at a unicorn here. So why do so many people think it's valuable? The problem: viral misinformation. Take a quick search online and you'll find 1957 D quarter sold for $6,500, silver quarter worth thousands. Check your change now. But here's what those videos and articles never tell you. That price was for a graded MS67 Plus example, not an ordinary coin. The coin was professionally authenticated by PCGS or NGC, and it had near-flawless surfaces, full mint luster, and zero signs of cleaning. In other words, it wasn't the average 1957 D pulled from a coffee jar. So what gives the 1957 D real value? 1. Condition is everything. The truth is, 95% of these coins are circulated. Worn rims, dull detail, scratches, maybe even cleaned or polished. Those might be worth $6 to $12 based on silver melt. But if your coin is uncirculated, with original luster and minimal contact marks, it jumps in value, especially in grades MS65 and above. 2. Grading adds legitimacy. A raw coin, even if beautiful, won't fetch premium prices unless it's certified. Professional grading tells buyers it's the real deal, and that's when serious offers start. Key rarity in top grades. At MS67 or higher, the population drops fast. Even though 77 million were made, only a handful survived in pristine condition. And those are the coins that command 3- or 4-figure auction prices. Now let's be clear. There are no major errors known for the 1957 D quarter. No overstrikes, no missing letters, no extra leaves. So if someone claims their 1957 D is a super rare error, be cautious. That doesn't mean fakes don't exist. They do. But most are just overhyped normal coins, not actual errors or varieties. So what should you do if you've got a 1957 D quarter? Here's your checklist. 1. Check the weight. It should be around 6.25 grams. 2. Inspect the edge, a solid silver edge, no copper. 3. Look at the detail. Are the rims full? Can you see all the eagle feathers? 4. Check for luster. Does it still shine like it did the day it was minted? 5. Never clean it. That instantly kills collector value. 6. If it's high grade, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication. Even if it's not worth thousands, it could still be a beautiful collector's piece, and possibly part of a full silver quarter set. So is the 1957 D quarter rare? No, not in general circulation. Yes, in uncirculated condition with high-grade certification. And as silver prices rise, even common coins like this may become long-term assets. But remember, value without facts is just fiction. And on Rare Coin Collecting, our mission is to bring the facts to life. If you're a coin collector, investor, seller, or even a curious beginner, you're in the right place. We break down the truth behind US coins one piece at a time. No hype, no tricks, just what actually matters. Final checklist for the 1957 D quarter. 90% silver automatically gives it melt value. No major errors. Beware of fakes or fake listings. Only rare and high grades, MS65 or higher, preferably graded. Common in circulation, but still worth keeping. A must-have for silver quarter collectors. Subscribe to Rare Coin Collecting to get the truth about what's rare, what's not, and what could be hiding in your pocket right now. Check out our full series on Washington quarters, transitional errors, and key silver dates. And don't miss the next video, because the next coin we cover might be the one you've had all along and never even knew it. It's silver, it's old, and it's got an S mint mark right under the eagle's tail. The 1940 S Washington quarter has been showing up in viral videos, and those videos love to say one thing: this quarter is rare and worth thousands. But is it really? Or is this just another case of turning silver into clickbait? Today on Rare Coin Collecting, we're cracking open the full story behind the 1940 S, and you're about to find out whether this coin is truly rare or just misunderstood. Let's go back to 1940. World War II was already shaking the world. Though the US hadn't entered yet, silver was still standard in American coinage, and the Washington quarter was in its 8th year of production. That year, 3 mints struck quarters. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, D. San Francisco, S. The San Francisco Mint, known for smaller, high-quality coin runs, produced just over 8.2 million Washington quarters in 1940. That number is relatively low when compared to modern mintages. But does low mintage mean high value? Not necessarily. Here's where things get interesting. While the 1940 S is a silver coin, and it does carry intrinsic value from its 90% silver content, the majority of these quarters were heavily circulated. They passed through millions of hands for decades. Most surviving examples are worn down, scratched, or even cleaned. And that's where the myth begins. People see 1940 plus S plus silver and assume instant fortune. But here's the reality. A circulated 1940 S in average condition is worth around $5 to $9, depending on silver prices. In extremely fine XF or about uncirculated AU, it could reach $15 to $30. But in MS65 or higher, specially graded by PCGS or NGC, it can cross the $100 to $300 range, only in near-flawless condition, like MS67 Plus. Does this coin bring premium auction-level prices? So what should collectors look for? On mint mark, the S appears under the eagle's tail on the reverse. No mint mark, cheer Philadelphia. D on Denver, so San Francisco and your coin. Make sure the mint mark isn't worn off or tampered with. Cleaned coins often have faded marks. Suede luster and strike. San Francisco quarters often had strong strikes, so a weak one may indicate wear. Look at Washington's hair curls, the eagle's wing feathers, and the rims. Are they sharp or flattened? Mint luster, that original silvery shimmer, is critical for collector value. 3 signs of cleaning. Unfortunately, many silver coins have been cleaned to make them shinier, killing their numismatic value. Scratches, unnatural shine, and lack of original surface texture are red flags. Now let's talk about what this coin isn't. It's not an era coin. There are no famous double dies, no extra leaves, no off-center strikes associated with the 1940 S quarter. So if someone online says they found an ultra-rare error on their 1940, I'd be skeptical. There could be minor die cracks or planche flaws, but those are extremely specific and need expert verification. So why does this coin still matter? Because it reminds us of the truth that's often lost in modern collecting. Not every valuable coin has to be worth thousands. Some coins carry value because they survive time in original condition, and others are simply part of a beautiful silver legacy that's disappearing from circulation. The 1940 S fits right into that, and it's a must-have for anyone building a full silver Washington quarter set. Here's your collector's checklist for the 1940 S quarter. Confirm the mint mark under the eagle's tail. Check weight. Should be 6.25 grams. Don't clean it. Examine for sharp detail. Washington's hair, eagle feathers, rim edges. Look for mint luster. If uncirculated, consider grading it with PCGS or NGC. And finally, remember this. Real coin value isn't just about age or hype. It's about condition, rarity, and legitimacy. On Rare Coin Collecting, we're committed to giving you the truth. No clickbait, no fluff, just the real story behind the coins in your hand. Summary: 1940 S is silver, automatically gives it melt value. Common in circulated condition, but still collectible. Rare in mint state, especially MS66 or higher. Not an era coin, ignore fake videos. A strong addition to any silver quarter collection. Subscribe to Rare Coin Collecting if you're a collector, buyer, seller, or coin investor who wants authentic, verified information on what actually matters. Check out our other videos in the Washington Quarter series, including key silver years, mint errors, and transitional legends. Your next discovery might be sitting in your pocket, and we'll help you recognize it. They say this coin can make you rich. TikTok videos shout, the 1955 D quarter is worth thousands. Don't spend it! But the truth? Most people who find one won't even realize what they're holding, because the value of this quarter hides in the details most people ignore. Let's dig in. A common coin. With a twist. The 1955 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, with over 18.9 million struck. It was part of everyday change, passed through countless hands used to buy gas, candy, and coffee in the 1950s. So, if it's so common, why is it being hyped online? Well, like many coins from the 1950s, its value doesn't come from rarity alone. It comes from variety, condition, and error potential. And that's where the real story begins. The RPM that changed everything. A small portion of 1955 D quarters were struck with a repunched mint mark, also known as an RPM. What is that? Back in the 50s, mint marks were punched by hand into the die. And sometimes, the worker got it wrong. They'd repunch the D over the original, causing a slight doubling. Sometimes it's subtle, a faint shadow of the first D peeking out. Other times it's dramatic, like the D is trying to escape the coin. Collectors go nuts for these. But here's the catch. Even with the RPM, your coin won't be worth much if it's scratched, worn, or cleaned. Grading is everything. Let's say you have a 1955 D quarter with that RPM. That's a great start. But here's what sets the valuable ones apart. Mint state condition. Think flawless surfaces. No wear on Washington's curls or the eagle's feathers. Luster, original shine untouched by time or human hands. Certified by NGC or PCGS, because raw coins are risky, and collectors want verified grades. Coins graded MS65 or higher with the RPM can bring in strong premiums at auction, but even minor scratches can drop the value dramatically. Beware the cleaning trap. There's a myth out there that if you clean your coin, it'll look better and be worth more. Let me be clear, cleaning destroys value. That shiny look? It screams damage to every collector. A cleaned 1955 D quarter with an RPM might be worth less than a dirty one. So if you've got one, resist the urge. Leave it alone. Let a professional grader handle it. Why the hype exists. So why are people claiming this coin is worth thousands? Because in very specific cases it is. When a 1955 D quarter with an RPM is found in MS66 or better, it can sell for big money at auction, especially if it has toning or eye appeal. But those coins are the exception, not the rule. The vast majority of 1955 D quarters are either worn from circulation, worth silver melt value at most, or common strikes without the RPM, worth under $1. Still, that doesn't mean yours is worthless. It just means you need to know what to look for. Collector's checklist for the 1955 D quarter. For mint mark location, check the back under the eagle's tail feathers. Is the D clear? Use a jeweler's loupe or microscope. Doubling is often faint. 2. Strike quality. Strong detail in Washington's hair and the eagle's wings. 3. Surface preservation. No scratches, no discoloration, no signs of cleaning. 4. Get it graded. If it looks pristine and has the RPM, send it to PCGS or NGC. A coin worth holding on to, whether yours has the RPM or not. The 1955 D Washington quarter represents a moment in American history. A time when coins were still made of 90% silver and hand-punched. Details meant every die was slightly different. If you're building a Washington quarter set, this one's a must-have. And if you're lucky enough to find a high-grade RPM, you've got a piece worth far more than 25 cents. Real coin knowledge, not viral myths. At Rare Coin Collecting, we're not here to hype every coin. We're here to teach you what actually matters. Which quarters are truly rare, which errors hold real value, and how to avoid getting fooled by social media hype. Final message. So if you're a collector, an investor, a seller, or just someone curious about that old coin in your drawer, this is your home. We're building a library of real numismatic knowledge, one coin at a time. Subscribe to Rare Coin Collecting, and join us on the hunt for truth, because your next great find might be hiding in plain sight.